At the start of 2025, there aren't many fighters who can give lightweight champion Islam Makhachev a run for his money, except for a guy from the other side of the mountain who packs a similar fighting skill set and could easily be a champion in any other UFC division. Although he has looked unbeatable in recent fights, there were fighters who managed to get the better of Arman throughout the years. So who were these fighters, and what was their key to victory? Arman Tsarukyan started his MMA journey with a thumping first-round TKO in 2015, and he was expected to do exactly that when he faced Alexander Beneil. But things took a major plot twist. The fight only lasted 30 seconds, with Beneil ringing Tsarukyan's alarm bells with a nasty right hand early. Tsarukyan didn't get the memo, however, and got knocked out cold with the same shot seconds later. Arman's road to recovery started with a bang as he destroyed Ali Khaybulaev in the first round. Next up, it was Dmitry Shkrabi to have a taste of those deceptively nasty Armenian fists. In his next fight, Arman got his revenge on Alexander Beneil by choking him out with a guillotine. Slowly but surely, Arman kept climbing the MMA ranks, becoming one of the most exciting prospects in his region as he finished opponents with brutal knockouts and submissions. Arman even captured the lightweight belt in the mid-level promotions and was gearing up for his big break when he was offered a short-notice fight against Islam Makhachev at UFC St. Petersburg in 2019. Despite Makhachev being a heavy -500 favorite, Tsarukyan turned the fight into a thrilling display of elite wrestling exchanges that left fans and analysts questioning if this young underdog was destined for greatness. Though Tsarukyan lost by decision, he was praised for putting on a show against someone who was said to dominate him.
But his match with Islam had a lot of wrestling scrambles and exchanges. It gave Islam some real fits. Even took a lot of Islam's energy. One of the most effective things you can ever do in MMA from a wrestling standpoint is scramble.
Tsarukyan's star would rise further after he'd bounced back with consecutive wins against Oliver Aubin-Mercier and Davi Ramos, and Joe Rogan was among the first few people to notice his world-class talents. He said, "At only 24 years old, Tsarukyan is one of the most promising talents in the sport, and a dominant victory tonight over a legit beast like Davi Ramos is super impressive. Keep your eyes on this kid." In his next 3 fights, Arman lit up the octagon with 2 spectacular finishes against Christos Giagos and Joel Alvarez. His dominant win streak set him up for a clash with another rising star, Mateusz Gamrot, and spoiler alert, that fight was an absolute war. Both fighters were buzzing with confidence heading into the fight.
He's a great fighter. We are a new generation in MMA. I'm more experienced guy in the 5 rounds. I'm used to pressure, I'm used to be the champion, and I think this is gonna be a great show in the Saturday night.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, tough fighter, but he's not in my level, you know, I'm in different level, and I wanna show this weekend.
On fight night, Tsarukyan came out strong, using powerful body kicks to slow Gamrot down and showcase his wrestling skills to escape Gamrot's takedown attempts. However, as the fight progressed, Gamrot managed to secure takedowns and push the pace. Tsarukyan later admitted that his lack of experience in 5-round fights contributed to him feeling fatigued in the later rounds. Even so, Tsarukyan had his moments, dropping Gamrot with a spinning back fist in the 4th round and sweeping him off his feet with a calf kick in the 5th. Despite these highlights, Gamrot's fresher legs and relentless aggression in the final rounds earned him the win by unanimous decision.
Nobody want confident that I can win. This was really close fight. After fight, I'm asking Boris, "Hey, we win?" I don't know. We have to waiting, you know. This moment when it was in the verdict, I don't know who winning, but I was like a little bit confident because I know it. My wrestling was a lot better. You know, my single leg, my double legs was working.
Tsarukyan had to start rebuilding again, and he did just that with a dominant performance against Damir Ismagulov to secure a statement win, and then go on to claim that he was the only man who could beat Islam Makhachev, who was the division's champion by then.
I know one guy who can beat him. It's me, and that's it.
Tsarukyan was inching closer to Makhachev's level, and with another win under his belt, he earned his first major career showdown against a top-ranked and highly respected Beneil Dariush, who felt like it was a high-risk, low-reward fight.
Luke Thomas asked me this question, and he asked like this: what do you gain from this fight? And I would say in terms of status, nothing. I gained nothing from this fight.
Dariush had everything to lose and nothing to gain, and that's exactly how it played out. Tsarukyan wasted no time, knocking him out cold with devastating knees and punches in just over a minute.
You know, I studied his tapes. I never really saw him throwing knees. So that was that definitely threw me for a surprise, I guess you would say, because watching his fights, he threw a lot of kicks, and he would throw elbows from the clinch, but I never really saw him throw knees that way, like in a Thai-style clinch. So, you know, credit to him. Definitely changed up his style, and it worked.
Arman was adamant on securing a title shot after beating Dariush.
And now you're very much in that title picture. That's the way I feel it. You know, how the best thing that's happened from Saturday.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, you know, Islam had same situation. He never beat top 5 fighters before when he fought for the title. But hopefully I already beat number 4. So that's why I'm waiting for the call from my manager and tell, like, Arman, you're gonna fight for the title.
Although Tsarukyan didn't get a title shot immediately after his knockout of Beneil Dariush, he landed the next best thing: a title eliminator against Charles Oliveira at UFC 300.
Number 1 ranked lightweight Charles Oliveira is taking on number 4 ranked Arman Tsarukyan in a number 1 contender fight.
Yeah, his dream comes true, and so excited, and to be in UFC 300 and to fight for the contender number 1. I can strike, I can wrestle, I can grapple, so I'm gonna tell him what we're gonna do during the fight.
The fight was a back-and-forth battle from start to finish, but Tsarukyan's wrestling and ground and pound ultimately made the difference as 2 judges scored it 29-28 in his favor, giving him the win by a split decision. After the biggest win of his career, Arman only had one name on his mind.
There's no other option, right? It's got to be the title shot.
Yeah, but who is gonna fight for the title? That guy that I beat tonight, he beat everybody. Geji, Poirier, and like I beat his number one, and I beat him.
Just 2 months after beating Oliveira at UFC 302, Tsarukyan was offered a title fight against Makhachev, but declined, citing the quick turnaround. That opened the door for Dustin Poirier to seize his final shot at the gold. The Diamond, stepping in on 10 weeks' notice, brought a war that Makhachev had never experienced in his career. Oliveira was later given another shot at the champion, but pulled out at the last moment due to suffering a nasty cut above his eye. His road to the title was anything but easy, amassing double-digit losses on his record, the full breakdown of which you can watch here.